Talofa, my name is Tauanu'u Nick Bakulich, a proud New Zealand born Samoan. Our mother is Maluana, who hails from the villages of Whangakuli and Savai and Valvai in Whalealili. And our dad, Kiwi born Croatian, and our links back to Croatia is Dubrovnik and Korčula. Yeah, women's rugby, I got involved with women's rugby in the year 2000. At that time I was introduced to being part of the management group or the team that was looking after, and it was Samoan women who were based in Auckland, and that opportunity had risen through Maunga and Wilmerson Jensen, who at that time were very involved with Ulalei. Pāenari was another key stakeholder in initiating the early stages of Samoan women who were interested in playing rugby. In particular, Samoa were looking at moving into that space. A team had been sent to Hong Kong in 1999. The Ulalei Sports Club had a big hand with that. Leo Lafayette was involved. All these names that I've mentioned were all part of Ulalei, and they were the drivers around the early initial startup. And then in 2000, a team was selected to go to Hong Kong that involved 50% players from here in New Zealand and 50% who were local based. Interesting enough, two Black Ferns were involved in that campaign, Mona Lisa Codling and Tauanu'u, who then went on to represent New Zealand, and they could back then because the eligibility rules didn't apply as they do today around the One Nation rule. And it's just, over the last 20 years, just continued really supporting, because it's probably seeing the value in it. Women still don't have, and have to acknowledge that it's getting better around the advocacy, the equality in the game, and I think it's really important that, especially with males who, we need males to be in that space of advocating and supporting the women's movement. We've come a long way, but there's still lots of work to be done. So. Yeah, I think the opportunities are massive now, especially if you're a young player. I mean, there's certainly opportunities there now that weren't there 5 years ago, 10 years ago. You look at schoolgirl rugby. You've got, you're able to represent your union. Auckland secondary schools is an example. North Harbour, Counties Manukau, and then obviously, with sevens becoming an Olympic sport, that's further increased the interest. It's heightened the global awareness. And I think, now in the 15s game, in Europe, they're sourcing contracted players from down under. Seeing clubs who traditionally haven't had women's teams now see the value, who are now fielding teams. One example is Kumu Rugby Club in Riverhead over in North Harbour. So, once upon a time, we would struggle to find coaches for women's teams, and now I think everyone wants a piece of the action. The thing is with women rugby players is that they soak up all the information. They're reliable. They certainly stick to a task, and I think that's what appeals to a lot of coaches is around the attention to detail. And you just got to look at the New Zealand Sevens set up, how successful they've been, and then you break that down into provincial levels, and it's really pleasing and encouraging to see.